So the basic distinction is that to create a business empire, you need to have only knowledge. That is the specialty of this century. Previously, it was not the case. You need, land, labor, capital, and that kind of tangible resources and all. So that is why we say a paradigm shift in global economy is happening. Paradigm shift. We have never thought that such a thing, such a change is going to happen. You can see in this slide, Krishna Prasad slide is moving. Can you see this?
Yes, sir, it's moving.
Yeah. So a source for added value, before it was land, labor, and capital. But today that has been replaced by information and predominantly knowledge. So you can just look at this, how fast now this knowledge is actually bypassing land, labor, capital, etc. Okay, and that is replaced, 100% replaced. Even the you consider the richest man in the planet, or the top millionaires world over, or even in India, all have become millionaires or billionaires in short time, 10 to 15 years gap. Is it because of land, labor, and capital? No, because of their intellectual assets. That is called knowledge. So that has become a source for added value. And main character before was hardware based analog age, and today it is software based digital age. That is again a marvelous paradigm shift. Then production strategy was earlier mass production and limited variety. That is why the mechanization, automation, and things like that have brought in mass production, probably with limited varieties or variations. But today, it is small production, multiple products, multiple variations or variants. So that is the trend now. And development principle was economy of scale, and today it is economy of speed. How fast you take the product or new product or innovative product to the market. So economy of speed is more important in this knowledge economy. So in all these things, you can see how important IP is. So that's why IPR has emerged as a vital source of wealth and competitiveness. When we talk about the business, especially modern business, you should understand the chain of entrepreneurship, where creativity and innovation are the first stages of successful entrepreneurial initiatives. Okay, so today almost all business, especially by the pet name we call it startups. Startups are actually industrial establishments set up on innovation or innovative products. So innovation based entrepreneurship, in other words, you can call it like that. Innovation based entrepreneurship. That is the talk of the town today. All we say about the startups, new schemes and new programs, new startups, all those things are referring to innovation based entrepreneurship development. So what is the crux of it? Thinking new things, creativity, it comes from new thinking. So that is, otherwise we call it as creativity. You think absolutely new. What is existing? Either contrary to that, or supplement to that, or modify to that. How you can have a new thing in the market. Okay, so that is the idea. So that is where creativity, mind is resourceful and full of creativity. So creativity is the main core of knowledge economy, and creativity leads to innovation. Innovation means doing new things. So creativity is thinking about new things. Innovation is doing new things. You think, you visualize it, add design engineering and so many other principles, and develop a proto and make the new things and test it. Then entrepreneurship, take it to the market. That is what even previous slide I was pace of marketing. High speed, no, it has to come to the market. So create value in the marketplace. That process is called entrepreneurship. If you have a new product and you are keeping it with you, it is of no value. Once you take it to the market, commercialization, you know, there lies the full market potential, and the value increases and the wealth also increases simultaneously. So this is called chain of entrepreneurship. So there is a principle called technology push linear model of innovation. How innovation goes to market. This is of course a good strategy. So as I have told you, it starts with the creativity. That means new thinking, new idea. So based on that basic research, some research is required for that. And then comes applied research, practical aspects, how the research can be translated into a new product or process. That is called applied research, which leads to invention. It may be invention, or maybe sometimes you call it innovation. Probably you know the difference between invention and innovation. Invention is something new that is happening. Innovation is any new additional improvement that you do on the invention or product, even existing products, to enhance the marketability. It may be changing color, changing shape, changing size, changing features, changing characteristics, adding more characteristics, adding more features, etc. etc. So after invention, it is to be developed. You need a lot of design engineering. You have to realize, fabricate it, and then do some testing in the laboratory and develop a proto, that is called proto development. And even then there are other tests also, like alpha testing, beta testing. The alpha testing, we say that it is testing the functionality or engineering technical feasibility of the product, whereas beta testing refers to marketability. You have to do market research and forecast the market potential, and that test also you have to do. Then you go for production, and then it goes to the market through marketing. So this is the technology push linear model of innovation. Again, coming back to IP, which of course the previous 4 days you were listening to IP and IP related matters, how IP contributes to business strategy. If it is a new product, now you are aware, no, even in my first session also, I have gave you a lot of examples. I am sure in further sessions also you got ample examples of patents and the importance of patent filing. So if you are actually inventing the future through patents, suppose you have a new product, okay? So probably I will just an idea cross my mind. Probably you might be aware of Gen Robotics. That is a startup company funded by Kerala Startup Mission some years before. That they have developed a new product that is a kind of robot which cleans the sewage, lines. Okay, so it is actually a marvelous invention in the sense, it is a very dirty job to clean these sewage channels or maybe pipes or whatever it may be, and you are not getting adequate people also, laborers also, to do that. But if it is chalked or blocked, that creates a lot of harm and damage. So they have an idea, they had an idea. So can we have a robot to do this? The robot can go inside the sewage disposal channel or a pipe, and then okay, of course it can clean. And if there are certain clogs or clogging or maybe some block, it can take away that block and things like that. So they have developed it, and they approached us, and we advised them to take patents. And of course, fortunately, they have filed patent and they got patent. And today, that is more than 200, 300 crores turnover company. Okay, and they are getting business not only in various district panchayats in Kerala, but in outside Kerala also, in different other states, and also outside the country, like in Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Nepal, China, and Pakistan, and all neighboring our countries. And now they are slowly expanding and modifying the product to take it to further Singapore, Malaysia, and countries like that. So you see the success of the company. Now, what I would appraise you is that suppose had they not taken a patent on that, what would have happened? The idea might be copied by many people, and already a lot of sewage cleaning robots would have been in the market. So that would have taken away their market potential. So they cleverly filed the patent. So that is the clever step, first step they have done cleverly, filing a patent. That is important. So that is why we say that today's modern business is all innovation based entrepreneurship, and in which filing of patent is very important. Similarly, the aesthetics in the industrial design part, I have clearly told what is the design and what is its advantage, etc. So design is very important. And similarly, trademarks, like Gen Robotics, it is a name they have given, and they have taken a trademark also, so that nobody else can claim that Gen Robotics is our trademark and all. So because it has got intangible value also. Of course, in my last slides or at the end of my presentation, I will be talking more about intangible assets and values. So this is how new business is actually established, okay, based on patents, designs, trademarks, GIs, and so on. So an innovation starts as an idea or concept that is evaluated, refined, and developed before it is applied or acted upon. Innovations may be inspired by reality, either known problems. You look around for, just like that Gen Robotics example I have told, that you look around, you find difficulty, especially during rainy seasons. You find this sewage channels are blocking and creating a lot of havoc and flash floods and things like that. So that is a problem. How can we avoid that problem? That is identification of problem. Then the innovation, new or improved product development, the innovation process which leads to useful technology, which requires, as I have told you, research, development, upscaling, testing, production, marketing, sales, etc. So experience with the product results in feedback and leads to incrementally or radically improved innovations. Incremental innovations and radical improvement innovations are there. Radical means that actually kills the present technology and new technology comes. One big example is in fact camera. Now you have digital camera, and that actually killed the earlier Polaroid cameras, with films and all old fashioned cameras. Similarly, the mobile phones, as in fact, it has killed the land phones and its technologies and things like that. So these are all certain examples for radical innovations, which is altogether new thing, which is actually destroying the present technology, and that emerges as a new technology. And incremental improvements, maybe small improvements they do on a new product. For example, mobile phone, you can say, is a radical innovation, but every additions in that, like you add a camera on that, you add a touch screen technology, you add a SMS facility, you add internet facility, you add this facility, that facility, computing facility, each addition is actually incremental innovation. So both are innovations because it has got marketability. Okay. Now, for example, you are going to buy a mobile phone. Will you buy a mobile phone even if you get it at a lower cost without having a camera now? Because you need it. It is almost like you have a camera always with you. So that is the feature which has been given incremental innovation value to that product. So this, of course, I have told, so I'm skipping this. New or improved product development, there are different stages like idea generation, idea screening, concept development and testing, business analysis, beta testing and market testing, technical implementation, commercialization, etc. Another aspect we have to discuss here is, in fact, the customer expectations. Okay, when new product comes, customer of course would be satisfied for a certain time, and after that he would find some problem, some gap in the performance of that technology or product. So he may need new products. So that is why new products or requirement for new products or innovations are happening. So already this has been discussed. So what is innovation? So Kellogg Research Foundation says that they have an innovation radar, okay, in which they say 12 kind of innovations which can happen normally. So innovation can take place not only on products but on these all those things. Offering, what is that you are offering? What is its speciality? Is it having any other additional speciality or characteristics than available? So but through offering or for offering, you can have innovations. I will give the example, so that's why I'm skipping it now. Similarly, performing platforms, you can have innovations. For example, WhatsApp is a good platform. WhatsApp, you can earlier there was only email system and all, then subsequently came SMS messaging, then came, yeah, some noise is observed. Maybe organizations can request to mute the terminals of others. Yeah. So there can be innovations regarding the customers who are looking for which products. So that is innovation can happen there. Similarly, based on customer experience, you can have innovations. Similarly, value capture, you can have innovations. Process, organization, supply chain, presence, where the company is present, where should it be present. Similarly, networking innovations, brand innovations, etc. So these are certain examples for that. For example, offerings. One specialty offering, of course, like Patanjali. They say that all are bio kind of products or medicated products and all our tradition, Ayurveda tradition based products and all. That is one offering. Then platform, Amazon.com, okay, or Flipkart and things like that, where very easily you can order for products. So that is a innovation in platforms. The new solutions, nowadays, people who are carrying cash is very limited and less. Instead, Paytm, it has come in a big way. So that is a innovation in solution. Okay. Similarly, customers who choose the best and high quality products like ID, ID idli, ID dosha, ID butter, and ID so many things, now in market. Then customer experience like Flipkart, they are giving you good experience, customer satisfaction, and things like that. And value capture, Geo says no, our communication range is everywhere, no, unlike in BSNL and all. You can't go to remote place to get BSNL connections, but here, in Geo, you can get BSNL. I mean, Geo network, even if BSNL or other networks are not present. So that is value capturing. Then process, like Ola, Ola, Uber, and similar kind of things. So that is in fact a process invention in the process. Especially you wanted cab service or maybe that kind of auto service to conveyance purpose. Earlier, such things were not there, so that came as a big innovation. Similarly, organization in innovation, sorry, innovation in organizations. I'm sorry. Tata, you think, imagine the Tata. Tata is, of course, an old industry in India, but very pioneer and very enterprising. They bring out all new technologies very fast, even electric vehicles and even many other changes in technology. They incorporate very fast. So that is the innovation as organization. Similarly, supply chain, Oyo, for example, hotel services. Now, Oyo, they don't own any hotel, but they have got a lot of networks and linkages with other hotels, and you can book hotels through Oyo. Similarly, Netflix, innovation, where aspect, uh, Netflix, has that OTT platform that has come in a big way, because even at home you can convert your hall as a home theater and enjoy films. Unlike need not go to theaters and have the drudgery and trouble to get ticket and etc. You can avoid that. Similarly, networking, Zomato and even Swiggy and things like that. They network with various restaurants, and you can get food from home by simply ordering. They will take all the trouble to take the food to your home. Similarly, brand-wise innovation. Now, Sabyasachi, recently came as emerged as a big brand. So that is brand-wise innovation. They say quality products, leather products, and things like that. So why I have told you is that innovation is not regarding a single product. Innovation happens in a big way in various other contexts. That is why I've given you various scenario like platform, solution, customers, experience, etc. I am now introducing you a new company that is called Spanx. So it is in fact a shapewear company. It also started recently, and today they are making millions and millions of revenues. So specialties, shapewear products, especially undergarments and all that gives a shape to your body parts. That is the beauty of that. So what they have done is, in fact, it all started with a pair of pantyhose, some scissors, and a bright idea. So they had a bright idea, earlier also, these underskirts, panties were available, but they thought if we modify the material and all, that can contribute to the desired shape or body shape. So that was the idea, and they, of course, worked out on that and became successful. And that is why we say with the scissors and some idea and some new materials and technology, they have acquired their aspirations, and they developed these Spanx and this kind of shapewears, and named that company as Spanx. So first thing they have done it, they have taken a patent, US patent on that, and subsequently they have registered it as a trademark like Spanx. As I have told you, for any new business, these are the two things very essential you have to do. So the history says like this: 1998, Sarah Blakely started Spanx while selling fax machine with $5,000 in savings. So she started with her idea and only a small amount of 5,000. And in 1 year, the revenue tops to 4 million dollars. Subsequently, it enhances, business expands, business goes to other countries, and today Sarah Blakely became a billionaire, and she continues to enjoy the business domain. So that is a good case study, how successfully they have utilized IPs for creating a big business. Another example is Lego. Probably all of you are aware of that. It is actually a toy kind of thing which is given to children for assembling, to for their brain development, for understanding a lot of things about shapes and etc. So in Lego Group's revenue in 2020 was almost like 50 billion US dollars. Okay, they also took patent, US patent on that, and Lego is also a registered trademark. It is a brand now, and they are making a lot of money out of it. Similarly, ostrich pillow, that is again an idea, especially when you go to railway station, airport, and all, especially at daytime or nighttime, you feel very sleepy, but maybe the ambient lighting and sound probably disturb your sleep. So what you can do is you can wear this ostrich pillow, and it will automatically close your eyes and ears, and you will not have any sound disturbance or visual disturbances. You'll be like, you are in a dark room, you can go to sleep very well. So this was also a good small idea, but they developed it and took patent, and today they are generating billions and billions of dollars, and they expanded their company world over. So you see how a small idea becomes a global business. These are all the top brands in the world and in India that I am skipping. So as I have told you, the IP protection as per TRIPS agreement, earlier I have told seven IPs, patents, copyrights, trademarks, industrial designs, layout designs of ICs, geographical indications, and trade secrets. So all these IPs or intellectual properties contribute heavily to the modern knowledge-based economy. So having said all these things, probably I'm sure you are aware about the importance of protecting your innovative idea or innovations by proper IPR protection. And now I will be talking a little bit about patent intelligence. That is again a business analytics. So what it is? So patent intelligence is supplement your invention with information available in patent database. Probably in the second session, my colleague Mr. Krishna Prasad might have covered what is patent search, how that search is done, what is its importance, what is its requirement, how it is done, and things like that. So, patent search can be done for various purposes, and one of the purposes he has probably talked to you is regarding pointing or understanding the patentability of a new product. So, whether it is patentable or not, whether it is fulfilling the three criteria like novelty, non-obviousness, and industrial applications. So, but there is wide scope for patent search, and that is what is meant by patent intelligence. You can do patent search for various purposes. Okay, so but the questions you should ask before you go for a startup or start a new business is, what technology of interest is free to use? Okay. Probably my colleagues, even Mr. Safiq also might have told you about, if somebody is having a patent, if you infringe that, what would be the kind of punishment and all. You are not supposed to do that. You are forbidden to use the technology patented by somebody else. So suppose it is a new technology, new product, it is patented, then your degree of freedom or free to use degree is very, very less. You cannot, zero, you can say. And whereas suppose that particular patent has crossed maybe 10 years, you increase your freedom to operate. Maybe 15 years, again you increase. Maybe after 20 years means you have again full freedom to operate that technology. But by that time, maybe probably the technology can become obsolete, whatever it may be. So you need to identify and understand when that patent was granted and how much more duration is there for the patent. you know you know Patent period, 20 years, how long more that patent is valid, so that is to be done. And similarly, whether it has got overlap with other patents, and whether it is offshoot patent of some other major patent, and these things are also you have to take into account, and that also is coming under the scope of patent search. And do the target markets for your product or service also limit the use of certain technology? Are you limiting your technology, or are you going to give it freely or any other things? If it is a new, altogether new, what you can do is you have to protect it by filing patents. So basically, there are three types of patent searches. One is for identifying novelty, another is for infringement, another is for operating, freedom to operate. So first one is the technology new or has it been patented already? You want to know whether the new technology with you or new product or process is actually having novelty. So first you have to do patent search for that. And for business application, another important thing is infringement. Will your new product infringe on a certain patent or a set of patents claims? That is again another important aspect. So you may be taking filing a patent on a new product, but you don't know. It may have, the boundaries may be overlapping with other patents already existing. If it is an incremental innovation, then you have to check that, and that is what infringement patent search means. Then freedom to operate search. It is risk. Is it risk free to proceed with implementing and selling a product or service using a specific technology or set of technologies? That is the question here, and that is why you are doing it. As I have told you, suppose you are going to use some new technology, whether that technology is patented by whom, in which country it is patented, what is its territorial limitations, whether it is protected all over the world or in certain countries, and in countries itself, when it was filed, when it was granted, how many more period is there for the patent to get elapsed. So all these things gives you a freedom to operate, degree of freedom to operate. So that also you can, for that purpose also you can do patents. So IP strategy is necessary from early stage of new product development. Make sure your invention is protected against infringement. That is again another. Suppose you start a new business based on your own new product, then ensure that nobody else is infringing it. Then determine what kind of IP protection would be the best, whether it is patent protection, trademark protection, or design protection, or IC layout protection. So all these things you have to see, or maybe sometimes copyright if it is a software for performing certain functions. No, then you can file register copyright. Also, sometimes that may become a useful IP for you. So first thing you have to do is you select a suitable IP, either one or more. Probably previous sessions you might be aware that multiple protection is also possible. So seek an expert to draft your IP strategy. Okay. So if you don't have expertise, always you seek expertise for designing your IP strategy. Lack of resources often discourage legal help, but may prove worthwhile in the long run. Initially, we may think, oh, why should I invest in that? We have got a friend called Professor Lakshmi Narayana. He is actually a patent consultant in Samsung, mobile company. So they are giving him huge salary and maintaining him, because now his job is to, advise them on patent related matters, patent strategies. Every day he has to look at whether any company is infringing, or any new technology is coming as a competitive technology for them. So that is his duty. So he is now positioned very high in that Samsung company. So like that, no, initially you may think, no, why should I give salary or big fee for this fellow? Maybe I can manage, but no. Subsequently, once you end up with some cases or some problems, then it would be difficult, and like penny wise, pound foolish. So so you can adopt that. Yeah, this is again another thing, examples of competitive and technology intelligence. What is competitive intelligence? Corporate, you can scan corporate publications, patents and trademarks filing, market study reports, trade analyst report, white paper documents, etc., for understanding whether competitive products are coming in the market. What is going to be the competition in future, what are the competitive products and technologies and processes coming in future. So all these things are very important, because the competitive intelligence scanning is very important for modern business. Then technology intelligence, you can know it from patent citations in published patents, scientific journals, trade press, blogs, social media, etc. You can know some new technologies are coming. And also you can also know whether somebody is infringing your technology directly or indirectly, or the claims of some new technology is actually cross bordering your claims. All those things now are coming under technology. Then IP strategy in the new product development. File for patent protection in the markets of interest. Suppose it is a new product, what you should do, you should initially identify the market. So if you feel India, that product will be having market potential only in India, file protection only in India. but you feel it is a electronic product, it has got a huge market outside India, even then you can select the market, like whether it is China, Singapore, Europe, or US, or Japan. And maybe in that selected countries also you can file patent through our other corridors. I will explain that later. So then you get protection in that countries also. So that is the first thing, you have to decide which is the market and which is the country in which you want to file the patent. Then make sure to search for non-patent information in the public domain. Okay, make sure to search for non-patent information in the public domain, whether anything is available, published journals, published papers, books, etc. Then pursue design patent to protect ornamental or aesthetic features. As I have told you, design registration helps you to protect the aesthetics and shape of the product, whether it is a bottle, whether it is a bike, whether it is jewelry, whatever. Copyright protection also for original works, that's also. So again, I will be explaining that, so or I can skip this. Identify technology trends and market segments. You identify the market and market segment. That means which group is going to use your product. That is called market segment. Whether it is children, whether it is youth, whether it is ladies, whether it is women group, whether it is grown-up men. So all those things are very important in patent analytics. Then. Yeah, coming to technology risk management, at this point, you have done your relevant patent search and freedom to operate. Your options to use protected technologies are: number one, suppose you have a patent, you get the patent right on that, okay, or you can file patent and get protected. Otherwise, suppose somebody else is having a patent, first thing you have to do is try to buy the rights to use it. Okay, there also different agreements are there, either licensing, assigning, and things like that. Based on that, you can buy, you can purchase the rights of that products to use from the inventor. So that is the first thing you can do. Or get license from the patent holder or inventor. You can get a license from him to use. Okay, he can give you license, and that license can be either part license or full license. It may be for marketing, it may be for manufacturing, or marketing and manufacturing. It can be for the whole country, it can be for the regions also, like North India, South India. So there are lot of norms and clauses for licensing. Anyway, so licensing is very important. You can get the license so that you get full freedom to operate on that patented product, or use alternative technologies that are not protected. So what you should do, suppose these two things are not happening, he is not willing to give you the rights, then another thing, he is not giving you the license also, then your alternative is, of course, you try to build a new technology or better technology or alternative technology over the existing one. So that is again you can go to the earlier cycle which I have told you, from idea to innovation, linear model. I have told you how it happens. You can have idea screening, then proto development, testing, market potential study, and all those things, and finally bring out a product. So that is again gives you full FTO. So what types of businesses are innovative entrepreneurs? Okay, so we always sometimes some are very difficult to divide or look at the boundaries where a businessman and a entrepreneur stands. Businessman means, you can broadly say everybody is businessman, trader. Any trade is happening or business is happening, you can call them businessmen or trades people, or they do trade or business. Entrepreneurs, that means they have got enterprising characteristic. They always look for new things and new products. They are not satisfied with the existing products or business. So maybe sometimes I give an example. I look at the market. Sometimes you can see some old people doing the same in the same shop, same business for years together. They are businessmen, they are not entrepreneurs. But you can see some people, you have seen them some 20 years before, then they have changed their business, or maybe they have diverted to different business, and they have started new business, new products, and that is growing so fast. And during the last few years, they have become number one in the town or in the city. They are called entrepreneurs. They are enterprising. They are okay, risk taking. They have got lot of business acumen rather than normal trader or a businessman. So that is what here it shows. Innovative entrepreneurship means doing innovative business. It should be SMEs and young and high growth businesses. The joining point is called innovative entrepreneurship. So the definition of innovative entrepreneurship is derived from the intersection of three areas: innovative businesses, young and high growth businesses, and small and medium enterprises. Now, of course, we have 10 minutes more. I will be going to other, commercialization aspects. What are the businesses assets or the assets of business entity? Basically, there are two types of assets, like tangible assets and intangible assets. Tangible assets means, like we have discussed, land, labor, capital, and machines and machineries, so many things. So they are called current assets and fixed assets. Current assets are cash and marketable securities, investment, and many things. Fixed asset means property, plant, equipment, and so on. Whatever you see. So these are called tangible assets. Every company will have tangible assets. If you look at old companies, old business, the tangible assets will be more. But if you look at the modern business, intangible assets are more. What is intangible asset? Goodwill. The kind of goodwill and the reputation that company is holding for the years together in doing business. And the trademark, like we say, Coca-Cola is having high trademark value. Mercedes Benz is having high trademark value. Ford is having good value. Nowadays, Microsoft and Google, they have overtaken the trademark value of other traditional trademarks. Then technologies, technology, new inventions, all these things are intangible assets. That is why in every new company now there is a technology development group, a group of engineers who are focusing on new technology development. So technology is an intangible asset. And also now competition happens between modern companies in terms of their technology bank or IP bank, in the sense how much technology reserve they have got for future expansion of their business. So that is what technology contributes. And then obviously intellectual property. Of course, I promised you earlier that I will be explaining more about trademark, intangible asset value and all. So value is very high for intangible intellectual property. For example, take the case of trademark. Today, the trademark value or the intellectual property value of the mark, that is Microsoft, has crossed the 80 billion US dollars. Similarly, Google, I mean that name alone, I always explain that suppose you value the other all tangible assets and say X amount, if you want to buy that company, along with that you have to add $80 billion also if you are going to buy Microsoft. Similarly, Coca-Cola, around 60, 70 billion dollars. So like this, dollar value is very high, or the intangible value many a times supersedes tangible values of business. So that is again another new trend that we are finding in this knowledge economy. Know-how, it is actually going side by side with the technology development is one part, but that know-how, how to use that technology. Okay, knowing how to use that technology, that is know-how. That is also important. That is also an intangible asset. That is why some companies give very high salary to their key technology person, because he moves out from the company. They know that know-how goes out, and other competing companies can make revenue much more than their company. So they, at any cost, they will retain such key technology developers in the company because they have that know-how. So know-how is very important. That is again having intangible assets. Then trade secrets, like Coca-Cola, uh, Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC, and Domino's Pizza, and so many. So they all keep it as trade secrets, and you can get the business or alliance with them only through licensing and similar tools. So again, that is also intangible. So these are the basic assets of a business entity: primarily tangible assets, and secondarily intangible assets. Then comes tools for technology transfer. Suppose you have developed certain technology, or you want certain technology to be transferred. Either way, either you have a technology you want to transfer to somebody, or somebody has got a technology you want to transfer it to your company. These are the tools. First one is sale and import of capital goods. What you can do is you can import the capital goods as such. Okay, that is one tools for technology. For example, you know you want to do business of new modern new or new technological mobile phones. You can say what you can do is you can buy in bulk capital goods, and sell it in our country or state and do business. So that is called sale and import of capital goods. Okay, that is one aspect. Another thing is franchising and distributorship. You can have distributorship. Many distributors or car distributors or mobile distributors are there. Franchising means another technique. That is what is adopted by KFC and a hamburger. McDonald's and Domino's. They do franchising. Probably in your town also you may be finding McDonald's or Domino's Pizza Center and all, and that is not owned by the original person who has founded this, either McDonald's or Domino's. I'm just taking some examples, that's all, not to promote the brand or anything. So what you can do is you can to get a franchise. So they have certain franchisee norms and franchisee deposit, and if you do that, you can get franchisee and you can do business. And of course, their terms and conditions apply, but you can get reap profit. But the advantage is, suppose you start a new business, it will take a lot of time to get it established. But whereas if it is already some business has got already good reputation and value in the market, naturally people will think, oh, the same company, same hotel group, so let us go there. For example, that is the advantage of McDonald's. If a new McDonald's comes, they definitely get business. Whereas if you start a new hamburger showroom or maybe a bakery, sometimes it may take a lot of time to get stabilized. So that is the advantages of franchising. In that way also you can get the technology transfer. Then consultancy arrangements, you can have consultancy with either way. Then turnkey projects, for example, some new projects with a lot of new technologies. What you can do is you can enter into turnkey project basis. There also technology transfer happens, and there also you can have different terms of training the technology and training the technology development part and things like that. So that is coming under turnkey projects. Then joint venture agreement. Now, jointly, you can start certain venture, and there also either part or full technology development. Either way, different condition. Not a single criteria. But anyway, these are five indications which are tools for technology transfer. So steps involved in technology transfer. First step is in fact a technology evaluation. You have to evaluate the technology. So you have to do technical evaluation as well as its commercial value evaluation. Again, all the patent analytics are finding hold here also. Then determination of market potential. Of course, commerce department and commerce students will be more knowledgeable on this subject, how to determine market potential for a product. And preparation of know-how document, technology know-how documents that has to be prepared, again depending on market potential. And if you envisage a huge market potential, definitely you have to do technology transfer at the earliest. Then measures to protect the technology, that is IPR functions, whether IP protection, whatever I have told about patent intelligence works here. Then identifying potential licensees and partners. Then financial assistance for development. Then engineering design and manufacturing plant, and commissioning the plant, or maybe the industry, whatever it may be. So then technology and IPR licensing, what is the optimum risk or reward? That also you have to do an analysis. Technology visibility in the marketplace. Is it violating other IPRs? Risk sharing in litigation. How mature is the technology? Okay, or is it getting obsolete? New technology is coming in the way, halfway or full. Then technology need, then heritage of license, either it is like a devastating technology or incremental technology, etc. And probably the last slide, technology transfer protocols. There are a lot of protocols for technology transfer. First thing is technology validation. You have to validate the technology. You should understand whether the technology is developed full, and validate it. And technology incubation, you have to look at incubation aspects, whether technology is fully incubated to go for commercialization. Otherwise, you have to do incubation process. Then vendor evaluation, you have to do the vendor evaluation. Then technology costing, vendor evaluation means, suppose you are going to transfer the technology to a vendor, you have to assess his strengths and liability, weaknesses, assets and liabilities, his interest in the business, and all those things comes under vendor evaluation. Then technology costing, you have to cost the technology. Then technology fees and royalty, like licensing and other things, you are paying, you have to get royalty. Then product realization and hand holding. During technology transfer, you have to transfer the know-how also. Then hand holding may be required. And technology obsolescence, whether the technology is going to be obsolete. Then technology upgradation, you have to upgrade the technology, etc. So these are basic protocols for technology transfer. And the issues are, how to identify and acquire IPs. Okay, how you are going to identify and acquire IPs, either in-house or maybe or outsource. Okay, so two ways, in-source or outsource. In-source means how you are going to develop it and file it for protection or register it. And if it is outsourced, how you are going to acquire it. And how to evaluate the IPs. Suppose a new technology means the evaluation is slightly difficult. There are a lot of methods to evaluate IPs, but it is a theoretical evaluation only, but still you have to do that. Then how to go about for technology transfer. I have given you technology transfer protocols, technology transfer tools, etc. Then how to commercialize the technology, how you are going to commercialize the technology, and how to manage the business on IP, how to plan the business strategically, how to store IPs for future, because all technology-based businesses are at risk, because new technology can any time can take away your opportunity. So you have to store new IPs, new technologies for the future, and how you are going to do that. How to update the IP value, that means how you are going to innovate more and bring out new technologies over and above the existing technologies. So that is all. I'm thankful to you. Maybe 5 minutes we can have interaction. Thank you, Dr. Anu Anthony. I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity to interact with you and to share piece of knowledge. I am sure this will be helpful for you in your studies as well as in your future career aspects. Wish you all the best. Thank you for your patient listening. Best wishes. Look forward to meet you again during another talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now it's time for our question and answer session. The audience can put on their questions in the chat box. Now, I invite Dr. Anu Anthony, Associate Professor, IQAC Coordinator, and PG Course Coordinator of Christijodi College of Management and Technology, for giving the token of appreciation to our resource person. I invite Harsha to propose a vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. On this final day of 5 days national level virtual workshop on intellectual property rights, I deem it a great privilege to propose the vote of thanks. Let me start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making this 5 days workshop a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our today's resource person, Dr. Ajit Prabhuvi, Chief Scientist and Nodal Officer, Intellectual Property Rights Information Center, Kerala, who, despite his busy schedule, has found time for taking this section. We are really enlightened with your knowledge. Thank you, sir. A special thanks to our principal, Father Joshi Chiranguri CMI, and Vice Principal and HOD of Commerce Department, Dr. Varghese Anthony sir, for their kind support. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Anu Anthony, Assistant Professor and IQAC Coordinator of Christi Jyoti College of Management and Technology, for her contribution in organizing this workshop. Thank you, ma'am. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for your participation in making this workshop a grand success. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsha. The upcoming event of Postgraduate Department of Commerce is a 5 day virtual workshop on research methodology. We expect your cordial participation and support for the coming event also. There is an end to everything, but we believe that there is never end, but always a beginning. We express our sincere gratitude to all the participants and the resource persons who have joined us throughout these 5 days and have made this workshop successful. Once again, thank you all.